Big Brother is watching again. Only this time, not from the pages of a book, but from your pocket. Phones, cameras, smart TVs, even light bulbs. Everything has become the eyes and ears of a new world. Have you ever wondered how easily we invited surveillance into our lives? We placed cameras in our homes and called it convenience. We gave access to our microphones and called it better service. Every "Okay Google," every "Hey Siri," it's not just a command. It's a voluntary surrender of your voice, your habits, your life. So ask yourself, are you truly controlling your device? Or has it been controlling you all along? Who really holds the power now, you or your pocket? The phone, your third hemisphere. A question. When was the last time you were completely offline? We barely notice how it became part of us. We no longer think. We Google. We don't remember. We scroll through history. Your phone knows your voice, your pulse, your sleep. It knows who you're waiting for, when you're awake, and even when you're anxious. You might think it's silent, but your processor never sleeps. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, they never rest. They listen to the air, collecting digital traces of your breath, your steps, your conversations. So tell me honestly, when was the last time you were truly offline? No signal, no network, no connection. See, we made the phone part of ourselves, willingly. And now, if someone wants to know who you really are, they don't need to find you. They just need to open your phone. Surveillance isn't an operation. It's a condition. The question is, who's really listening? A human or a model? You think the microphone turns on by command? No. It turns on by habit. Because we allowed it to listen, to recognize our voice, to help the user, to improve the experience. But with every allow access, we've surrendered another fragment of ourselves, gradually, quietly. It doesn't just listen to words. It hears your breathing. It analyzes your pauses. It learns to detect fear, irritation, exhaustion in your voice, your tone, your rhythm. And it doesn't do it for secrecy. It does it for control. It's not a person listening to another person. It's an algorithm listening to emotion. That's how a new language of power is born. The language of data. Who's watching? Humans, number, systems, NSA, CIA, the Pentagon, DARPA. You've heard the names, but they're not spies. They're architects. They're building a map of the world where every human being is a line in an endless table. They're not hunting criminals. They're studying patterns. They're engineering predictability. But the real eyes aren't theirs. They belong to corporations, to those who know what you watch, what you buy, what you feel. You think they make mistakes. Number, they don't sleep. They don't doubt. They simply do what they were built to do. To observe. So ask yourself, are they watching your actions or your patterns? Any device that transmits already speaks. Phones, routers, watches, speakers, even the power grid. They all whisper into the air. Signals slip through walls, through time itself, leaving digital echoes of your existence. They don't need to be near you. They only need to be connected to the world. The rest is done by mathematics, reconstructing words, shaping profiles, drawing conclusions. And here lies the paradox. You're not being listened to. You're being translated into data. Wi-Fi, the silent witness. A study by Carnegie Mellon University revealed this. A simple Wi-Fi router can generate a three-dimensional model of the human body through walls. A router isn't a box. It's a mirror of space, an echo of your shadow. We used to believe that without a camera we were invisible. But now, a camera isn't needed. A reflection is enough. A signal is enough. You sit still, yet the network is already building your 3D outline. Big Brother doesn't live outside anymore. He lives in your apartment. And you were the one who plugged him in. So the question is, if a signal can see you through walls, what's left of protection? Awareness, not paranoia. Everything we read in articles is just the tip of the iceberg. If a method has become public, it means someone has already made it invisible. For us, it's news. For them, it's routine. We read about research. They've long been using the results. So this video isn't about fear. It's about the map of threats. When you see the map, you can decide where your silence will live. The computer, the memory of your consciousness. A modern laptop never truly powers off. It simply enters a state of waiting. By ATX standard, the motherboard remains powered even when the system seems dead. The LED sleeps, but the controllers wake. On a network signal, a mouse click, a scheduled update. BIOS, UEFI, Intel Management Engine, TPM. Each of these subsystems can operate autonomously, beyond your control. They were built for maintenance, but any function designed for access will one day be used for observation. The operating system is no longer just an interface. It's a layer of trust between human and machine. Windows logs every event. Mac OS syncs your life to the cloud. Android and iOS constantly transmit telemetry to their creators. We call it diagnostics. We call it service improvement. But in truth, these are mirrors, forever reflecting us. And if the phone has become the third hemisphere of your brain, then the computer is its long-term memory. A word of advice, not a prescription. Don't mix your work and personal devices. Keep your accounts disconnected from public identity. And follow the basics, both physical and digital, of proper hygiene. If you want anonymity, stop living inside one machine. Work and personal life should never overlap. One laptop, two fates, and one mistake. You can't be anonymous if your entire life is one single file. Separated, divided, physically, not virtually. Question: are you ready to live two lives for the sake of one privacy? A device with a dirty past will always remain vulnerable. Morality won't save you from telemetry. Systems for those who choose control. If you truly want anonymity, don't start with the browser. Start with the operating system. Anonymity isn't born from settings. It's built from architecture. Tails, for those who understand the word temporary. It doesn't live. It appears. Boots from a USB stick. Works through Tor. And dies after shutdown, leaving no trace, not even on the hardware. Unix, not an escape, but a fortress. It separates everything. Your network and your workspace. One part speaks to the world, the other does your work. And between them, a wall. Parrot OS, Kali Linux, Black Arch. These are the tools of cyber engineers. Built not for silence, but for offense. Not for anonymity, but for analysis. Using them as a shield is like hiding behind a blade. The world watches even where you sleep. Question: What leaves a trace? The object or the presence? You pay for a room, but the space isn't neutral. It carries the memories of other eyes. Before unpacking your bag, inspect, not out of fear, but because discipline is a form of self-respect. Small hygiene, small safety. Turn off the light. Turn on your flashlight. Look at lamps, clocks, smoke detectors. A glare means caution. Check the Wi-Fi, unknown names. A signal, don't touch, record, document everything. This isn't paranoia. It's the habit of control. Question: are you ready to turn caution into routine? The internet and its two faces. The internet is split in two, the visible and the hidden. Google is the bright street. Fast search, personalization, convenience. Everything you place there stays under the lamp. For algorithms, for advertisers, for watchers, Tor is the dark alley. A carefully built path for those who prefer shadow to light. In short, traffic doesn't go directly. It travels through a chain of nodes, like a letter passed between several couriers. Each stage encrypts its part of the route, so no one ever sees the full journey. It's not magic, it's the architecture of privacy, a deliberate amnesia of the path and camouflage of the origin. I'm preparing a full, detailed breakdown of Tor, how it works, where it leaks, and when it truly makes sense to use it. A separate video will come soon. We'll dissect Tor step by step and show how to extract maximum security without unnecessary drama. Cameras. In subways, on streets, in ATMs. They don't blink. They watch. They build a 3D model of your face, record your gait, your gaze, the direction of your head. You think it's for safety? Yes, but safety is the perfect excuse for control. Every camera, every screen, every terminal is part of a network where you're no longer a person, but an object with parameters. So here's the question everyone should ask themselves. Do you live? Or are you simply being observed? Spoken by Professor Breach. Transmission ended.